all saw the signs of Meghan's decline as she resorted to using her mother Doria. However, maybe she doesn't just want to hold on to a little spotlight. What she wants is to make a big splash by having Archie and Lily appear in the next photos. Let us find out in this video, and welcome back to the Royal News 365 channel, my friends. According to the latest news from a sugar press, Meghan is said to be called Jake Rosenberg, a top photographer for a glamorous photo shoot of Archie and Lilibet. All this time, we've been caught up in the mess about their children. Isn't it because they use the excuse of wanting to protect their privacy? They were also so protective of their children's privacy that they refused even to name the godparents of their son. So I find it ironic that Archie and his sister have been the subject of a very glamorous shoot by one of Meghan's favorite photographers. Perhaps shortly we will see these photos of Meghan cooking, and her with the children. Knowing that the photo shoot at Harry and Meghan's mansion in Montecito coincided with the launch of Meghan's lifestyle and cookery brand, American Riviera Orchard. What kind of joke could Meghan pull? There have been very few photographs of Archie, who turns 5 in May, and Lily 2, issued by their parents. They did, however, features in Netflix's documentary series about the couple. We understand that they can release whatever information they want. Now the card she has been hiding for so long is about to take effect. Meghan bitterly realized she was being defeated by Catherine's explosive return. Even the palace took strong action against this couple. Remember that Prince and Princess weren't used for the children in this article or the website update. I wonder if this is a message to the Harkles to produce the children, as it seems the king has never even met Lily. I've said in a few videos before that Meghan might release pictures of Archie and Lily on Easter that will dominate all the headlines. That's how she will try to use them. Yet, it won't work. The whales' pictures on Easter Sunday will get hundreds of millions of views. No one will notice the Harkles. Catherine, for better or worse, is now a globally discussed entity in ways she hasn't been in a while. They rightly call her the most photographed woman in the world. At this point, there's no way for Meghan to compete, and she shouldn't even try. The infamous photo with Catherine and her kids was viewed on Twitter alone almost 90 million times and spread all around the world. However, one question some might have is why now? Why have they waited so long for such a glamorous shoot of these kids? I find that bizarre. People give William and Catherine criticism, yet the reality is that the pictures of their kids show them in a natural environment and happy. I'm so looking forward to seeing the whales' children and their royal cousins, too, on Easter. I also hope Princess Catherine feels well enough to go out to church on Easter Sunday as well. Isn't it amazing how many exclusives they're getting these days about the grifters? They've also been the worst for bullying William, and especially Catherine. Something stinks to high heaven. However, who cares about 2 liars? As for children, I have no emotional attachment to these children. I've watched the whales grow up from little tots and have seen their personalities develop. Not overexposed. Maybe 5-6 photos per appearance a year yet, it's enough. People feel genuine affection for the whales' kids. We've seen Louis's antics, Charlotte supporting her big brother, and George in his suits hanging with Dad. We have a sense of who they are. The mini Harkles are props for a narcissist. For the Harkles to do this now, if it happens, is disingenuous. If they were working royals and we had seen the kids growing up, it would be sweet. However, I don't want to see random photos of random people's children. And even fans of Harry and Meghan, why do you care what their private citizen children look like? So the new pictures could be a marketing trick for her brand? I noticed one detail. It says a series of pictures of Meghan on her own, cooking and with the children. So no Harry. Sounds like Kiddo Machine is on the horizon, and all in her name alone. Using only her coat of arms, making clear things are hers and not his. She's getting her ducks lined up to take him to the cleaners by the sound of it. Take a look. All the big things she had in her arsenal have been misfires. This will be too. She revealed the royal racists, failed. Return to Instagram, failed. Doria's comeback failed. The final thing is the kids. Her last shot was such a loser. I feel so sorry for these children. So what do we have for her brand's next step? The back of the kids sitting at the counter while Meghan, dressed in another ballroom gown and sporting a rictus grin worthy of any horror film, lovingly peels organic chocolate chip cookies off the parchment paper for her children. Meghan has run out of ideas, so taking the kids out is all she has left, except that it's not even remotely going to generate even the smallest amount of interest that Catherine has created with her photo with her children. Meghan is going to shoot his last cartridge, exposing her children even at an age when they are nice. What about interest? That's going to be difficult. Meghan was already late to use the children. It's been 5 years since she doesn't sell her children. She doesn't put her children on a plate to the press. Well, the press has already lost interest. Archie and Lily are not going to win people's hearts like George, Charlotte, and Louis did. Meghan was already late, and exposing her children now is pure desperation. Whether she tries to release them for Easter or Louis's birthday, it's going to fail. I reckon the day after. I think she knows doing it at the same time doesn't work because she'll be overshadowed. She always tries to upstage our boss baby. As if that psycho could ever upstage our wonderful Louis. Just some photos of the children, those black and white, the back of the head, and occasional side views of children whose head shapes, hair texture, and shades of gray appear to change whenever these amazingly amazing photos are released. Hopefully, at that time, no one will wonder if it is true that Witch will have 3D printed pictures of 2 children in various gray tones printed for our amusement to give us the illusion of their collusion. I don't think she'll show them as they actually are. She has had so much corrective surgery on her own face, she'll extend the same critical gaze upon her children for sure. And we already know they have the Markle nose and slightly crossed eyes. That's the real reason she obscures them in photos. She hates how they look, just like she hates how she really looks. I also wonder if they will appear as unkempt as their mother does. Lily looked pretty sloppy in the parade pictures. So much so, it was a bit surprising. However, maybe that was on purpose. Meghan can't have Lily outshine her, so why not let her hair and dress look a mess? Especially since Meghan is always criticized for sloppiness. She'll want to make sure her daughter is similarly criticized, whether to trauma bind them together, or else to keep Lily feeling vulnerable, and thus easily dominated, just like Harry. When I first heard this news, I thought the photographer would be missin'. I didn't expect her to choose Jake Rosenberg. This stinks of desperation and being broke. Did she drop this mini article promoting her buddy photographer for a discount? Didn't she also do a name-dropping article not too long ago for a Canadian web design group that did some work for her? The fact she's returning to old contacts has me thinking she is truly poison to anyone wanting to build a career in Hollywood or adjacent even. For none of them to want to risk working for the Todgers, they must have pissed off a lot of the wrong people. Married into the royal family, and is now flogging worthless ex-prince crotch goblins for clout using people from her Soho days. It's beyond unbelievable. Back to the children. I look forward to the next statement from the Sussex couple. They probably wouldn't say things like, "We will leak that we took photos of the kids, yet we won't release the photos. We just want you to know they're there so we can pretend to toe the line of privacy while getting attention. Thanks for listening." Glamorous photo shoot of the invisible kids. Oh, yet we aren't going to show them to the public. For family use only. To me, it sounds like the pictures only happened inside Meghan's head. She just wanted to brag and make people think she had a photo shoot. Or in a way, it is a big middle finger to Wales. We are happy to play the game and have the professionals take photographs of our family, while William and Catherine fumble around with photoshopping theirs. Another nonsense. Remember that William and Catherine have had plenty of family photos taken by outside photographers such as Prince George's 10th birthday, Princess Charlotte's birthday, Father's Day, their wedding anniversary, and so on. They have too many family photos, unlike Meghan and Harry. It is true Catherine takes photos of her kids and sometimes uses them for official photos on special days. However, what has actually annoyed me more is how the media and Sugar Squad have once again dropped the ball instead of spending all of this time criticizing Wales. A truly happy family, they provide all the necessary information transparently, are scrutinized and criticized, while Meghan and Harry always play their cards privately, hiding everything outside this circle. No one cares too much about the two children of the ex-prince. The world didn't really care who the godparents were. The Sussexes tried to make it a thing. They've likely had little communication since. They're constantly trying to make themselves appear to be hounded, and the rest of the world doesn't give a rat's arse. In my opinion, this shows how desperate she is. The kids are the last card she has. This makes me think that whatever moves the British royal family in Kensington Palace are doing behind the scenes are working. If she wants to Photoshop them into photos, she should be careful and make sure there are no mistakes. After this Photoshopping bullying, she can say, "See, I don't do that to my photos." However, means that she'll be pressuring those poor kids for the perfect shot, or there will be hell to pay, and that scares me for them. And unless she's jamming blue contacts into the poor children's eyes and dyeing their hair, the photos would have to be photoshopped. That last one she unfortunately probably already does. I wonder if the pictures will be leaked to show how hounded Harry and Meghan are, just like Catherine having an attempt to breach her medical records. Then Harry and Meghan can cry we were violated. Except for their family pictures, there is a limited number of people who can leak them. I like the order of importance of the photos, a series of pictures of Meghan on her own, cooking, and with the children. There are likely hundreds of photos of just her and a handful of her with the kids. A friend of Meghan's revealed they are portraits for the family not connected to the business. So she invited a photographer to take pictures that the public didn't need to see. And wait! What business? Until she has something to sell, there isn't a business. Also, does she mean to tell us that Meghan couldn't find a decent photographer locally? Why do they need to fly someone out from New York? I know they have money now, yet I'd be tightening my belt if I were they. We knew the superflop Instagram something relaunch was her very last resort, an attempt at making money off her name before she was forced to reveal the kids to make money. She wouldn't be a narc mother if she didn't use them to make her money and to stop the deluge of bad press that just won't stop pressing on her neck. Then, I think the divorce will be announced right after she does a serious gaslight, love-bombing picture spread with Harry. A lot of celebrities do that. Some big romantic or publicity shot, then a week later, the big announcement. This witch sure does love her private life out in the open. Her every move is coming from a source. Every day there is a clapback or correction or clarification which Meghan is the source, and only when it suits these idiots from Montecito. She will always love playing the game of how much money she can spend to upstage the future queen, Catherine the Great. Keep going, Meghan. You're beyond embarrassing and beyond pathetic, beyond cringe, beyond laughable. I feel sorry for your desperation, Meghan. She arranges a photo shoot, which is for personal use only, yet she leaks it, so she doesn't clash with Harry about privacy, and she publicly appears as a children and family-oriented woman, which supports the brand allegations. Don't know if this will be a powerful enough statement without the pictures. This is what I was waiting for. Meghan has released pictures of the children multiple times over the past few years. None of the kids look alike. No Photoshop is possible now. I predict artsy black and white, camera pointed at the back of children's heads, on a particularly heavy foggy day in Montecito. Everyone who said she'll eventually merge her children will be proven right. I said that if she wants to sell home goods, she'll have to look like a mother and post pics of them and her home. Now's the time to decorate your house with the stuff you're selling, Meghan. However, she's too bulky, or she wants things to be bulky. Why does she always have to fly in a photographer? They're not up to her standards in California. Whether she's in the UK, Cali, or Canada, it seems she always has to fly someone in from across the ocean or continent. What other celebrity do you know of who would announce they are planning a photo shoot? Like I said, planning. Who cares what you're planning to do? I will never understand the crazy puff pieces she pays to put out. Time to merch the kids. Money must be drying up faster than coming in. Like clockwork, these cosplaying royal photos will be on their wannabe working royals website. When no one pays attention to her children, and everyone shares the Wales kids' photos, she is going to be in agony. Plates will have to be brought in from Nevada and Oregon for her to break because she will break every plate in California. Those kids better be hella cute and personable, or they won't garner much interest for long. I mean, kiddo competition is fierce on social media. Parents are on there showcasing their kids left, right, and center. Gymnastics kids, ski kids, travel kids, pageant kids, horsey kids, homestead kids, model kids, and so on. There's a troubling amount of people using their children for likes and cash. I think the predictions on timing are plausible. If the kid photos pop up on the internet at specific news sites, I say we start a no-click campaign and avoid clicking on those news articles with photos, except for a few designated sinners who will post here for us via the archive. I can imagine part of what Meghan wants will be people will see the photo and will make a lot of comments regarding the red hair they have and their facial features, and Meghan will be screaming racism all over again. She'll get a wave of traction here in the US with pics of the kids if she doesn't get overshadowed by a huge news story. Yet it will fade except among the artificial sweetener team. They'll be just more celebrity children, not actual royals. Kids Pick will be released on Sussex.com to drive data collection and click metrics. Meg will attempt to leverage the click metrics into another major deal to announce. Funds are running low. Netflix expires in 2025. Also explains the brand launch attempt. If she was smart, the alleged surrogacy story could be a moneymaker. She might even blame it all on Harry and people would believe it. I don't think it would be credible if she blamed the British royal family for it because they had no reason to lie, as William had plenty of heirs. Plus, if that were the case, desperately needing heirs, the palace would have asked the PM to sponsor a bill allowing for gestational carrier surrogacy children to be allowed in the line of succession. My guess is she will pull the race card with the surrogacy story and blame King Charles and even the late Queen for it. She will draw parallels to the alleged Diana killing plot rumors and say that she felt threatened to have biracial kids due to that. However, this is her last resort at race baiting for money. There will be no more connections to the royal family for her to continue doing this unless there is a divorce and she blames the royal family for forcing Harry to leave her because of her race. I am too cynical when it comes to these lying grifters. No one will believe it's actually their children by now. Nobody paid attention to the earlier madness. Also, I'm not interested. I'm not even paying attention to this new venture. The show is officially over now. They've reduced themselves, as everyone expected they would. Meghan has called in someone who is prepared to Photoshop her kids to look how she wants them to look, and who has signed an ENDA so tight even the Vatican would weep. However, it was leaked she had a photographer fly in to take pics. She is as predictable as always. The only difference is she's involving the kids. She must be getting desperate. Monetize them, Harry. I look forward to them writing a book about how even after you left the royal family, you paraded them to enrich yourself, and how you were never around and pushed your mental illnesses onto them. I knew the kids would be coming out soon, yet I thought she'd have to be a lot more desperate. However, clearly she needs more ammo for her empty brand. When you launch a brand with a ridiculous name, no product whatsoever, haven't even finished the paperwork on the enterprise, and also have to deliver a cooking show for Netflix. Plus, she keeps reading the comments about the kids not ever being seen, so she's trying to nip that in the bud while she can, I guess. She sees all the brouhaha about the Princess of Wales and the farm stand photo. That's her dream, to be the center of all the buzz. The only way she could achieve maximum buzz would be through releasing the kids. I would think she better have a good excuse for releasing pictures now, after all the palaver about the children needing their privacy. Why at that time? Except if what's coming out is actually coming out, it's going to turn around on her pretty quickly, and the public will be laughing at them behind their backs. I guess she better hurry if she wants to merch those kids. They are getting bigger and won't be in that cute toddler young child stage for much longer. How much will she get? This is her main shot for Archie Lily. The person who captured Princess Catherine and Prince William at the farm store got $200,000 for phone photos. No one paid a professional photographer. As if anyone is interested in her kids, that ship has sailed. Plus, she better hope her photographer doesn't edit at source. However, I think it is inevitable this happens, especially if the kids don't photograph according to Meghan's blue eyes and red hair standards. That brings us to the end of my video. Hope you agree with my point of view. If not, please comment so we can discuss it. Don't forget to like and share the video so YouTube can recommend similar videos. And if you want to receive notifications about the latest videos, please subscribe. We will be back soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.